Well, hello there. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hannah, and this is going to be a weekend reading vlog. Today is Friday. It's about noonish. I'm still on my lunch break from working from home. This weekend, I really just want to have some fun, show you around my house and my garden a little bit, and take you along for the ride while I garden, plant care, do some organization, have some home stuff, and get some good reading done. I reorganized my office, my book room. I can't wait to show you that. But first, let's talk about the books that I'm currently reading and hoping to finish this weekend. The first is The Liar's Knot by M.A. Carrick. This is the sequel to The Mask of Mirrors, which is a Venetian-inspired epic fantasy story about a young woman who is a con artist slash thief. She grew up on the streets and she's trying to con her way into a noble house and basically to live off of their wealth by pretending to be a long-lost relative. We follow a couple other perspectives, but Ren, or Renata Vorodox is her noble name, is our main character. And this is a very slow-paced epic fantasy series, lots of politics and conniving, and I absolutely loved the first book, and so I'm diving immediately into its sequel. So I will try not to spoil anything in this video for the first book, but it was very, very good, and I'm planning on listening to this throughout my weekend just while I do chores and work on my garden. You see? These are my sunflowers. Some of my sunflowers, and we had a really bad windstorm a couple days ago, and unfortunately some of my sunflowers cracked, some of them snapped, some of them are leaning, so I'm gonna try to save the ones I can save by staking them up, giving them some support, and unfortunately I have to rip up the ones that are broken. I don't think there's any saving them. All right, it probably doesn't look much different to your eyes, but I've staked everything up, and I also weeded as much as I could reach to the best of my ability. So now I just need to water her, and hopefully these poor sunnies that fell over will perk up. Harvesting time for a couple peppers. And the pumpkins have officially taken over the whole garden. I can hardly even bring you guys back there. But yeah, this is the door. Like the pumpkins are trying to escape. This is the harvest from today. These are probably not going to taste very good because they were on the vine too long. They're very pale. Peppers, some more green beans, and this is harvest from a couple days ago, and now I need to prep all this food so it doesn't go bad. And ooh, this one doesn't look very good. Gotta process all this veg. Yummy. Happy Saturday. It is the morning. I have just been doing some laundry this morning and listening to my audiobook. I managed to read about 30% of The Liar's Knot last night. I'm really enjoying this. This is a book where I have like no idea where the plot is going, but I like what's happening in general. I am a little disappointed because like the literal last scene I just read, our main character made a pretty big mistake. I was obviously hoping she wouldn't make this mistake, but she did, and so I'm like, oh man, which is a good thing. It means that the book is accomplishing what it set out to do in terms of emotionally. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a good time. I think I'm gonna pick up A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This is a really short, this is less than 200 pages. Oh no, 215. This is 215 pages. It's really short. I think I can fly through this, and I haven't read this before, so I'm gonna try to slot this in as well. It's really hot today, but I do want to get a little bit more gardening done. I managed to do a few of my garden chores, but not everything, but I need to pace myself because it is incredibly hot. I also need to do laundry and some house chores and just continue to do weekend things. I have to run errands. I'm going to a baby shower on Sunday, and I want to get the present and some diapers. Got a lot to do today, and I don't like running errands or going shopping really at all. I'm a homebody. I like to stay home, but it's just Target and Walgreens and a few other places. So let's go be productive and get stuff done. Really quick, I want to show you my redone, reorganized office. And I'm also gonna do a little bit of a book unhaul. And to make my chores fun, I'm gonna also go to the bookstore. But here's my office. So these are the bookshelves you see behind me all the time. And these are my young adult shelves, which were normally on this wall. But we have this hand-me-down like side table, and we had to move it, and it fit here. So we swapped the bookshelves from here to this corner, and I actually really like them. Kind of tucked into the corner over there. It feels a lot more open in here. And those are all my mass market paperbacks. And down here are a bunch of books that I'm getting rid of. So I'm gonna take these into Half Price Books and get rid of them. And then my goal is to only buy books with the money I get back from Half Price, but we'll see if I have that much self-control. All right, I did the fun thing first, and I only got one thing, and I stayed under budget. So I got $15, and I bought Assassin's Quest, which actually completes my collection of this trilogy in this edition. And I love these kooky, old-timey covers. I think they're fabulous. And I got $10 back. Heck yeah. I also did not have self-control at Target and got myself 3 books. Don't tell my husband. But I have enjoyed Olivia Blake in the past, and I've been meaning to read her other books, and the wait time at the library for these books is like 6 months, and I've been waiting and waiting, and I'm like, you know what? I have enjoyed the Atlas 6 and the Atlas Paradox quite a bit, and I'm just gonna bite the bullet and buy these in hardcover. And I know this is bad to say, but if I don't like these, I will get more money back from a hardcover than a paperback. And I do really like this author, so I'm hoping I'm gonna love these. One for My Enemy is a vampire, modern vampire, enemies to lovers. Alone with You in the Ether is a paranormal romance, and so is Masters of Death, I believe. But Masters of Death, the color of this book and the cover of it is everything. I love this color. This is like my favorite color. And the end papers, I mean, look at this. Look at that. I had to have it. I'm sorry. I did. Look at my nails. Haven't done my nails in months. So after that, after doing my nails, I am gonna actually edit probably this vlog. I have a video on deck I need to film, but I don't want to film today other than this vlog. So we're gonna work on editing, and I'm now 60% of the way through The Little Irish Knot. I'm loving it. I don't want to stop reading it, but I want to get this editing done, so let's go. Look at how cute my dog is. They're just gonna cycle through the whole team.
Yeah.
Insanity. Oh no, yep. Poor goalie. Good morning. So, I watched the game last night. By the game, I'll obviously you know what I'm talking about. No. Well, I don't watch much sports, but Ryan and I have been getting into some soccer, which has been fun. I played soccer for 12 years, so I have been enjoying our delving into professional soccer. I did read about 80 pages, 70 pages of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and I have laughed a couple of times. This is actually like genuinely has gotten me to laugh out loud. At least twice. So, and then like chuckle smile to myself a couple of times. So, this is very silly. This is whimsical. This is just absurdist writing, and I'm actually having a really good time reading this. So, I'm going to hopefully finish it today. I also got 70% into The Liar's Knot. I think I said this in my last book update for this book, but I don't want to stop reading this. I'm obsessed. I love the turn of events that just happened at about the 68% mark with the characters. I'm like kind of rooting for a love triangle to happen, but I don't know if it's gonna happen because like genuinely I'm kind of a sucker for a love triangle when you don't genuinely know who the main character is gonna end up with. I see hints of a romance, and I'm begging for a hint of a romance with the other character, but we shall see. I don't think it's gonna be a love triangle. I just, in my guilty pleasure, heart of hearts, want that. So I don't have a ton of time today, unfortunately. I'm that type of person that if I have anything, like an appointment or anything, I'm like paralyzed for the day. So I have to get ready for the baby shower. So I'm gonna read a little bit and finish my coffee and get ready, and I'll show you, I guess, my outfit and what I end up. I've been struggling with what to wear because this is a bunch of women, ladies who I don't know very well. It's gonna be a lot of friends of this person that I know, and I don't know any of their friends. So, and all of them, like, to be honest, they're all really beautiful. On like Instagram and stuff, I followed my cousin on Instagram, and she posts all the time with her friends, and all of her friends are gorgeous, and I just feel a little intimidated. Okay, so I feel like I need to step it up, my makeup and my outfit, but I'm feeling a little insecure. Now, I know you can't see my whole body, but this is a romper outfit, and it's shorts, and I like my makeup. I don't love my makeup. I wish my foundation was actually a lighter shade. It looks okay in natural light. In unnatural light, I look a little orange. I blended down my neck though, so hopefully it's not terrible, but just like a pinky brownie eye makeup, like a mauve lip to kind of go with the outfit. I love this outfit actually. I really feel confident in it. I'm just not feeling confident overall. You can see all my makeup strewn about, but as I've said in the past, I don't have a full-length mirror, but you can see the outfit. Okay, I'm back from the baby shower, and I'm ready to be an introvert and read all night. Hello everyone, it is the end of the vlog. I'm here to wrap things up and let you know my final thoughts and feelings on the 2 books I read. The first book I finished was The Liar's Knot by M.A. Carrick. This is the sequel to The Mask of Mirrors, and I really enjoyed this. I think this is a really great political fantasy, and book 2 I think I liked a little bit better than book 1. We started to see a little bit more inklings of a romance, which I was really enjoying, and things are very complicated emotionally as well as politically, which I'm really having a fun time with. So I gave this one 4.5 out of 5 stars, and this is 639 pages. I also completed The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and this was just a silly, goofy time. This is really short, and I ended up giving this 4 stars. I think the ending is a little rushed. They kind of get away from the situation that the characters are in, and then it just kind of ends. And so I would have liked to see where the characters were gonna either be going to next or what their life would be like after this book, like a hint of that. So I ended up giving it 4 stars. I think this is actually genuinely really funny, and I recommend it. A classic sci-fi that's actually fun to read. A lot of classic sci-fi is misogynistic and very dry and very focused on the idea and not the characters, and I think this has a nice little mix of both. And this is about 208 pages. So overall for this vlog, I listened to / read almost 850 pages, not quite, and I'm pretty proud of that. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you in another video of mine very soon. Bye!